everybody! I did some crafting this weekend as well as some organizations. I wanted to share with you what I have so far and also show you some cards that I made. So I've been doing some watercoloring since I got the watercolors in, and wanted to share some of the things that I have been using to do that. I figured my milk glass strawberry, that I have been gifted 2 of these. I know Vicky gave me one and somebody else sent me one as well. But I want to thank you because I'm using it as a watercolor palette. I know it's got the bumps in here, but again, it's white, so you can see the color really well. You can actually see there's 2 colors in here, or 3 actually. There's some yellow, green, and not the technical color, and blue, because I was using this as my palette for a little bit. I didn't want to clean my other palette because it still had plenty of paint on it and some life left in there, so I was hoarding the paint, the watercolor, because I wasn't done with those colors yet, so go figure. So that's one thing. I didn't have to pay for this because these were in my craft room. Yay! My brushes. This is how I'm storing my brushes. I got this silver brush case at Tuesday morning, and one of the things my husband and I were talking about is with the natural brushes, to store it with mothballs. Okay, so there's some mothballs in here in this pocket. Because it is so strong, I put it inside the zipper pocket. You can still smell it, but it kind of helps. I think he was talking about mites or some little insects that can get into your natural bristle brushes, and these are all natural bristle. I think the silver brush ones are mixed with synthetic, so there's squirrel and synthetic, I believe. That's what I heard. I didn't actually look it up, but I do have those squirrel ones that I got in from China recently, and I think I showed that in my last haul. But these are all my silver brushes here, and then my other squirrel brushes, and then these are the travel ones that I have. I got this case with a pen set that I had purchased, so because they fit in here and these are travel brushes, I have the set of 4 in here. There's actually a set of 4. The other one is not in here because it's wet, so I don't want to put it away yet. But there's an 8, a 4, 2, and a 6. The 6 is the one I was using for my watercoloring. And I was also using this number 8, I believe it was, or number 4. This number 4 brush is what I've been doing my washes with, and it's a great brush. I like it. So even though they're bigger, the washes go really quickly with that large brush, so I'm pretty happy with that. But this is how I'm storing my natural bristle brushes for watercolor. And then of course there's that mothballs, and I just bought these, I don't know, at the dollar store. My husband bought a whole package of them, and they come in these little it's got little air pockets in it to let out that mothball smell. And I keep this zip because that mothball stuff is really strong. It keeps a lot of things away. Anyway, that's how I'm storing my watercolor brushes. This is my swatch chart. And so I have filled it out with the new colors that I got in from Daniel Smith. And I had to enlarge my swatch chart because I had only kept a certain, empty spots. And so what I did was ended up shifting my watercolors. This used to be the top row. And this chart opens up to be a double wide. This is a job pocket. This is what I used to store my paper in, so I had plenty of extras of those. And so my watercolor chart does fit in there. And as you can see, it's a very big chart because I keep mine in this pencil tin, and the pencil tin is double layered. So this used to be the top row of my watercolor chart. I added a row here at the top. I pushed down my watercolors inside the tin, and you'll see it. I pushed them down so I could fit an extra row at the top for reds and pinks and some of your pinkish purples. So these are all new colors up in here. That one's new, I know that. I believe that's no, that's not a new one. But these are all new. There's one right here that's very hard to see. This is the interference red. Some I did get to insert, like this one. This is the Raw Sienna Light. This green one here is the green, rich green gold, I think. This one here is new. This one is new. This is the Amazonite Genuine. And then all of these down here at the bottom row, these are all new. And I think there's a new one right here. This one is Interference Blue. See how I can remember the names? But yeah, I was able to fit another row at the bottom too. So the color chart has expanded out. One row at the bottom and one row at the top. These are empty because that's the end of my case. I can't fit any more in a row, and I didn't want to cut off the white for whatever reason. And I can't fit one in the upper corner here. I know you guys can't see that edge. There's that edge. I can't fit any more beyond this color right here. Or up in the corners, there's a rounded edge on my tin. You can see it right here. You can't fit a watercolor right there, so it's going to be empty. So I'll show you the watercolors too, because that's what I've been working on. I had to move my black and grays to the second layer because they won't fit, and I would rather keep all my colors together. So here's the tray of watercolors. As I said, you could see that there is a new row at the top. I put my white one on the top because sometimes I use that for little spots and stuff like that. And then I've got this little row at the bottom. Funny story, when I was drying my watercolors using that heat lamp, I left them in there too long. So I had to actually turn the lamp on, turn it off for a few minutes, turn it back on, turn it off. So I did that all day yesterday because it rained here, so I couldn't put these outside to dry them out. So some of these actually melted, and some of them were way worse than the ones you're seeing here, but I actually had to transfer them to a new empty half pan, which I had extras of, so thank goodness I ordered extras. But some of these were not so bad that I felt like I needed to switch them over, like this one and this one. But you can see here, this is the new row. I have a little gap here at the bottom. But as I said before, with the watercolors, there are whites and grays and blacks in here in the bottom. So if I get any more of those, they'll go in here. But it's a double layer of watercolor tin. This is my Karen de Ash Pablo's. Oh, I got one stuck to the top. Pablo pencil case. And I took my pencils out and put them in a zipper case so that I could store them the same way I store my other pencils. So anyway, that's my watercolors. That took a while today to do. But I did get some crafty time in. So let me share with you what I did create. Let me kind of jostle this around a little bit. I've been going through some stuff that die cuts that I had cut some time ago. So I had some of those on my desk. Decided to use them up. This stamp I used from Penny Black. I believe I got this at the yard sale. I think it was $3. But it is called Poppy Time. So I used this for a card. And I colored this several times. I watercolored this several times. I'm only going to show you one because I finished the card for that one. The other ones are still in that work in progress where I'm still working with the image. This one I felt I could put on a card. So there's the Poppy Time. Again, this is watercolored. And then this sentiment here comes from Paper Tray Ink in one of their $5 sets. So this is watercolor paper, but then the base and the white are actually both Paper Tray Ink cardstock. So that's one card. And then, can you see that? My watercolors are kind of getting in the way. So, this is a card that I created with a Stampin' Up set. And again, I watercolored the image. The flowers and the hello are together on one stamp. So all I had to do was watercolor the flowers and the leaves, and then I used my gloss pen to do the center stamen of the flower. So again, same red that I used in this image, but it's just watered down more. So if you're wondering, you know, what that looks like, it's because this is more intense red that I added layers and layers of, and then this is more pink because I lightened it up with a lot of water. And then there's some green in here for the leaves. So this is paper tray ink cardstock. This hem stitch is created from a Spellbinders die called Hem Stitch Square, or Rectangle, I'm sorry. But yeah, this is done on watercolor paper, so it could absorb the water that was going on to it. And then the last one is again a Stampin' Up! Image. This one was floating around in my craft room. I had die cut it and watercolored it some time ago, but I didn't use it on a card, so I went ahead and took some of my scrap paper that was hanging out. And this is Bitty Big from Paper Tray Ink. I just cut these papers down, put some seam binding across where they meet, and added some foam tape to the back of this image and made a card. So pretty simple, but pretty easy to do. So those are the cards that I made, and that is some things I've been up to this weekend, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.